If you're wondering how to properly set up your legal business structure, I put together this breakdown so you can understand each structure. This way, you can make an informed decision when it comes to creating your business foundation. Okay, so let's start with trust. A trust fund is an estate planning tool that establishes a legal entity to hold property or assets for a person or organization. Now, many people don't know this, but there's two types of trust. You have a revocable trust. A revocable trust offers flexibility, letting the creator or grantor change terms or dissolve it, avoiding probate but offering no immediate tax or asset protection. And if you don't know what probate is, here's an example. All of the property legally owned by the deceased person is called a person's estate. If you need to go to court, this is commonly called going through probate. A person's estate may need to go through probate even if they had a will. If you find an original will, you must deliver it to the court. Okay, the second trust is called an irrevocable trust. An irrevocable trust, once created, is permitted, removing assets from the grantor's control for significant tax benefits, creditor protection, and specialized goals. Though it sacrifices control and flexibility, revocable trust becomes irrevocable upon death, while irrevocable trusts are designed for long-term asset management and estate tax reduction. So let's go into different types of corporations. So we have your C Corp. A C Corp is a business structure in which owners and shareholders are taxed separately from the entity. Next, you have your S Corp, an IRS designation for corporations that pass their income, losses, deductions, and credits through shareholders, which allows them to avoid double taxation on corporate income. LLC. An LLC is a corporate structure that protects its owners from being personally sued for repayment of the company's debts or liabilities. Next, we have our sole proprietorship. This is the simplest structure. The owner is the business with full personal liability and simple taxes. And finally, you have your partnership. A partnership is a business with two or more owners. The profits and losses shared with personal liability for partners. So I'm no expert and this is no financial advice, of course. If that's what you're looking for, you can go to a professional. But what I would say for getting started is an LLC is completely fine. If anything happens to you, someone tries to sue you, they cannot come for your personal belongings. They would sue the business entity and not you personally. Very simple. Later on down the line, if you want to upgrade your business structure to a business structure like a C Corp, you can do that. But in your own personal coaching business, if you're trying to build a small business that's meaningful and impacts your specific target audience, and you're cool making six figures, and you're not trying to go public with your company or anything like that, I don't think this would be necessary, but you can always change your business structure later on down the line. Also, when it comes to setting all these things up, let's just say later on down the line, you're planning your estate, you can always put your company in your trust, and your trust will hold your company, right? In case you want to pass your company down to your kids or leave it to someone, you can always do that. And this is bonus information. It's a pretty cool idea. You can also take out a life insurance policy and put it in a trust. So if anything ever happens to you, the money from your insurance policy will be in your trust to be passed down to your beneficiaries. And might I add, if you're investing in a life insurance policy, you should look into IULs, which I think is Index Universal Life Insurance, and ask your broker about living benefits. Somehow through the IUL, you're able to invest your money in a way that it compounds and grows through your insurance policy. I'm no expert, of course. Ask your life insurance broker, but also ask about living benefits, because everyone knows that if you have a life insurance policy, it's pretty much saying I'm paying this insurance policy so that after I transition into the etheric realm, the money from your insurance policy will be left to your beneficiaries to take care of them, you know. But there's also a way that you can structure it to get benefits while you're alive. So payouts during your lifetime. Ask about it. But anyways, you can put your life insurance policies in a trust, and once you understand what kind of corporation you want to set up, which I think starting out with an LLC is just fine, especially if this is the business that you want to commit to for your life. You view this as your purpose, your coaching business. I don't think this is something that you want to break down with a bunch of shareholders and possibly sell this business. You view it as your legacy and what you want to do with your life. So I don't think you really need these, but this is just my opinion. I think an LLC is just fine. And the fees in the LLC are not too bad. It's about $800 a year. Okay, well, I hope that was very simple for you and extremely clear. I know a lot of business coaches don't break this part down and make it extremely simple, so I wanted to have something that made it extremely simple for you. Okay, have a blessed, wonderful, and prosperous day. Congratulations on living your purpose.